Hey everybody, welcome to the Metrix Metagame. I got Wes here and myself, Brandon. We're just hanging out, talking about Flesh and Blood again. Uh, really, I haven't had much going on this week in the world of Flesh and Blood. We've done a little bit of gameplay, done some recording, there's some content coming your way, but nothing too crazy. It's been kind of a calm week. Uh, my own armory didn't really fire off. Just
Oh,
we had everybody kind of out busy. We got about like 7 or 8 people now, though. It's still slowly growing. We got some family members and friends coming in, so that's really cool.
yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, nothing crazy for me though. Um, I don't think we really have any major updates to go over right now, but there is something at the end of the video that I think you guys are gonna be really happy to hear about. So stick around, and we'll definitely bring that to you. That's kind of our last topic of the day, though, because it's the biggest.
Yep, it's
Um,
the best.
yeah, definitely. But so I haven't had much going on, like I said, but seems like from what you've told me, you've had some stuff going on. I'm sure you'd love to talk about it with everybody. So
Oh
go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. I mean, after that last video, and I explained to you it. RTN. I watched a guy play Bolton, and I've never played a warrior. I started playing this game I think in January or February. Fell in love with it. We went to the pro tour so we could witness all that and have a great time. And I never, I've only really been on Dash. I haven't played really anyone else. I've dabbled in Lexi. I dabbled in Rhinar, but I've only played Dash competitively, or tried to play her competitively, I should say. Um, I've always just avoided warrior. So I after watching this guy play Bolton, I was like, that's a big combo deck. It looks fun. I want to try that. And I came home. I freaking messaged my buddy Ryan about Bolton because he's a warrior player, and I'm like, hey man, who do I look for? Like who do I talk to for warrior Bolton stuff? And he's like Josh Lau, and I'm like, okay, well, Josh's claim to fame here is he's a warrior player. He played freaking warrior into Starvo and made day two at Pro Tour, got paid at Pro Tour. Okay, he clearly knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But sadly, I looked and there was no video. I looked. Um, Fast forward like 24 hours later, I get a ping on Discord. It's Ryan. Josh Lau has a 7.0 RTN Bolton deck tech that he piloted, and I watched the video. I instantly fell more in love with Bolton, and still had some questions. So I went and went onto the Card Guys Discord, and I messaged Josh, and I was like, "Hey man, this is me. I'm trying to. I've got some questions," and him and I we were able to set some time aside, uh, get together one on one, and answer some questions about the deck and the hero. We played a game of Bolton v Briar, and dude, it's I'm not gonna I'm speculating, but there's a high probability that I'm gonna be playing Bolton at nationals. Like,
Yeah.
boost dash is fun, Guardian could be fun, but man, swinging your saber 6 times and killing your opponent,
Yeah.
it's pretty fun, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just goes to say, there's this community is just awesome people. I mean, just it is,
Yeah.
and to see people that's as competitive as he is, kind of like take time out of their personal life to talk the game with somebody, and help somebody that doesn't understand completely get a better idea. That's, to me, that speaks mountains of their character. And yeah, I mean, I'm very glad to be a part of the Flesh and Blood community.
Oh yeah. Those. Yeah, for sure. Those guys. I haven't had a bad experience with those guys. They're pretty nice. Uh, haven't had as much experience as you have, but
Oh
everything you've said, they're good guys, and
yeah.
I've met a few of them, and I've had good interactions with them. They seem great. Especially just hearing about this experience. Um, there is one thing I wanted to mention. I thought of while you were talking a second ago. I think Bolton with his Lumina Ascension combo.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that was the first breakout big combo that we've seen.
Really.
Yeah, I think so. And I don't think you had started playing yet. So I think what happened is like the hype happened and the hype went away and then you came in and now it seems like Bolton might be making a little bit of a comeback, and we might be seeing more of him.
Well, so Josh can explain it better in his video, and we'll post the link somewhere around here to the video. It'll be here somewhere.
Yep.
Because I want to give credit where credit's due. I didn't figure this stuff out; he did. But after talking to him and watching his video, what makes Bolton so relevant is you're gonna play if you play Saber, you play in the combo variant of Bolton. Sabers swing for 2 threatening 3. So if they block with an attack action card, the Saber gets +1. However, because of Bolton's ability, if you block, let me look at it real quick so I don't want to goof and say this is what it says and then that's not what it says. Yeah, that's what I thought. So then Bolton's ability is a mirror of that. So it says if you've charged this turn, attacks you control have +1 while defended by an attack action card. So essentially, if you have played a charge card that turn, then your Saber is now coming in for 4.
Yep.
So it's 2 threatening 4. So decks like Phi and Lexi and all these like other, attack action heavy decks, they're going to block very poorly.
Yeah, or if at all. It might not even be optimal. I think there was one matchup I played into your Bolton when we were testing it a little bit. After that, like, I'm just not going to block because I'd just be taking the same amount of damage over the top anyway, and I wouldn't have a hand. So it's kind of a big 50-50 that you get against Bolton. It's a bad choice you got to make.
Yeah.
Do you take the damage? Or do you take the damage and lose your hand? So you just take the damage.
Yeah. I mean, that's the big thing, right? It's like, that's what Josh was saying is like, he's good into aggro decks. So aggro decks are prominent right now.
Yeah.
Bolton's prominent right now. It makes sense, so essentially like whenever you go up against a Phi or a Briar, you're just going to pretty much, kind of maintain your life the best you can while you're looking for your combo and then hopefully chipping some damage in. But like I said, I don't want to break into the deck too much. That if you guys want to check out how to play combo Bolton, like I said, we'll put a link to the video. Josh Lau over with the Card Guys, that guy's got it figured out. And if you have any questions, I highly recommend joining their Patreon or Discord and reach out to him because he knows it. So, dude.
Yeah.
We in May. May.
Oh, we gotta be careful. We're not ready for that yet.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't think we're ready for that. I think we have one more thing to talk about.
Oh, okay. What do we got?
We don't want to spoil the big news first,
All right.
We got to talk about nationals first. We got to talk about nationals.
Okay. We'll talk about Nats.
Yeah. So we went into talking about Bolton. Aggro's prominent right now, and then so therefore Bolton's kind of prominent, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've also I just kind of wanted to cover. I mean, what we're going to see at Nats here. So let's kind of figure this out quickly because I know I'm excited about our news, and I know you're excited about our news. So,
very.
Yeah, and that was a little teaser for you, so you know it's coming. So Bravo's big right now. We've got Prism 2 points away from LL.
Mm-hmm.
Briar, Viserai, and Phi. Well, we'll see how Phi is now. We don't really know. We'll see how that gets figured out in the coming weeks. But, I think we're gonna see a pretty good meta where we're gonna have some Illusionists. We're gonna have some Guardian. I'm not expecting Illusionists to stick around. Let's be real. But we're gonna have Bravo coming around, and he's a threat right now. With all the aggro flying around, he is a threat. You and I played some matchups.
Yeah, as long as Prism, it's but he's a threat, right? But like right now, I feel like we have like an actual triangle, right? You have you have Guardian, and Guardian gets destroyed by Prism, and Prism gets destroyed by aggro, and aggro gets destroyed by Guardian. So you have like this good meta right now, and then you have like some other people like sprinkled in along the way that they're inside that delta, that big triangle. It's like, okay, this one's kind of okay in Defy, but beats Prism, or vice versa. So I think but it's I don't know.
No.
We have a big shakeup right now. You know, it's dude, it's nice feeling.
Yeah.
I
Here's
mean,
the question I think we got to look at is if Prism doesn't make it, then who takes her place, do you think, in that triangle?
see, that's the only thing that scares me, right? It's like because we do have Pro Tour Lily and the calling that
Yep.
runs alongside it. So if Prism wins, right? If Prism wins, what do we who takes her spot?
Yeah.
You know, like
It's
I don't
a
know.
big question. We don't know. I could see after playing some Dromai into Bravo. Granted, it was the R list that I played against,
Mm-hmm.
but Dromai can drag out a game. She really can, especially the fact that Bravo is trying to play this one attack per turn kind of thing. He doesn't kill Dromai fast enough. Dromai could build up a board state that could overtake Bravo. So we might, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not an expert on these things, but we could see a Bravo meta. Not a Bravo meta. A Dromai Bravo and then aggro meta.
Battery
Because we have
low.
kind of the three decks in aggro that are taking that spot. So I think it'll be a diverse meta for sure. Especially if we see Prism on her way out. Because she is kind of overtaking a lot of different decks. So we'll see. But I just kind of want to talk about it. You know, it's good to kind of reminisce on these things and speculate and see down the road if we're right or wrong.
Yeah.
But,
Well, I mean, if you think about it, right? Like, so Guardians hit big, right? They hit big. Well, people like Dromai, they get wide, and their little hits equivalent to a big hit. Now, Bravo doesn't have a shortage of Phantasm Poppers, right? That's no secret.
right.
So, you know, can she make enough Ash Wings and Dragons to wither Bravo down, where he just has to try and go over top and hit her in the face?
See, that's the whole thing. I think the fact that that's a question makes a game. Because I've had that. And that interaction, that back and forth where it's like, oh, you destroyed an Ashwing, but it prevented 8 damage. Oh no, my Ashwing is not even an entire card. You know, there's a lot of value to be had there. And then if you can get around to the Ghostly Touch, you start seeing those big swings come in, and you're short poppers at that point. If it works out that way, then it can be a real question.
Yeah,
But
well, I mean,
we'll see how it shakes out.
yeah. Well, I mean, like, I just want to add one thing to that. Is like I played Oldham versus a Dromai,
Yeah.
and they specifically pulled a semblance into sideboard, and that was their game closer. I didn't even think twice of it. Ghostly Touch was at 12 or 13. I think I was at like 9 health. They were at 2, and I hadn't seen a semblance all game. I mean, they probably pitched it. I just didn't pay attention, so shame on me. But at the end of the game, Ghostly Touch comes in for 13. I blocked with a popper, and then they reacted with a semblance, and it killed me because my block at that point was 3 damage.
Yeah, it's a big swing, and you really, I mean, if we're talking about deck building here, you probably just run 1 or 2 of those. But when you play those, oh man,
Yeah, I mean, like, literally, you're gonna say, "Oh, okay, cool. I want one of these, and I'm gonna try and survive till late game, and I'm gonna hit you and kill you." Like, it's like a warrior playing route, right?
Yep.
Boom, great card to close the game.
and there's not much of a play into that either. I mean, when you're at that late game, especially now that you have that experience under your belt, like people playing at that competitive level against Dromai now are gonna block for 3, but maybe not even defense react. Because you gotta think, if Dromai's been playing, Dromai's got semi on the field, you can't play defense reaction. So you're kind of like, okay, well, do I block with my whole hand? Because if I block 3, they're presenting lethal to me right now. So it's kind of a tough choice to make.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely a game to be had there. Prism steps down. I could see Dromai making some game into these decks. Now,
Yeah.
that's the thing, because Phi was beating Prism and now we've got another good matchup for Phi.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
yeah.
Oh man.
So let's get on to this other thing, right?
Yeah.
This is the big spice that we've been excited to spill to you guys.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna let Wes take this one for now because
Yeah.
he's doing a lot here. He's got some juicy deets.
Yep.
What is it?
So all right, man. So I remember talking to you in the hotel. We've talked about this before, but the hotel at Jersey. I was like, dude, we had so much fun here. And when I came back to Georgia, Aaron, the guy we got the tunic for, he couldn't attend because he had a baby on the way. Some other people couldn't attend because of XYZ. And I looked at you and told you, I was like, hey man, we need to have a flesh and blood Georgia State championship, state level championship tournament. And you looked at me and you're like, huh? And I said, yes, state, because we have armories, we have skirmishes, we have callings, we have national championships, we have world championships, we have pro tours, but nothing for the local guys, right? Like,
yeah,
it's
nothing big.
Yeah, nothing big, right? Like we have skirmishes and stuff, but how cool would it be to earn bragging rights and say like you are the best flesh and blood player in Georgia?
Yep.
Right? You're able to quantify that. You're like, I won the tournament. I am number one. Is that going to be me? Heck no. However, I looked at you and I was like, I want to try and facilitate that. So fast forward to the end of May, like 2 weeks after we got back from Pro Tour, I fired an email off to LSS.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, this is what I want to do. And they pretty much gave me the roadmap on how to do it. So, just like quick disclaimer here, a state championship, this thing that I'm organizing, that we're organizing, it's not an LSS sanctioned event, right? The title is the Georgia State Championship. But as far as LSS is concerned, this is going to be an on-demand armory because they currently do not support any state level championships. So,
so for that, I'm going to pose the question.
Mm-hmm.
Someone who may not know. So, how does that interact and work with nationals? Does that have anything to do with nationals?
No. So this is going to be like its own like standalone thing. This is something that like a private party is organizing for Flesh and Blood, not LSS. But we're going to run it as an on-demand armory so that way players can earn 1 XP per win. That way there's still XP being earned. Players can win money. Players will win money. Right now, the potential payout is $500. That's presumed that we're going to have 20 people sign up. And then we will increase that linearly, increase or decrease, right? So it can be we can support up to a maximum of 40 people. That's $1,000, $1,000, and your name engraved on a trophy as the Georgia State Flesh and Blood champion.
And that means the more people we get to come out, the better the prize support is.
Yeah, absolutely. And as long as this game's playing, this is something I want to do. It's even if I'm not playing it, this is something that I would want to do. It's something that's like bigger than myself because, like I said, you and I, it cost us $1,000 to go to Jersey to get our butts kicked, right?
Yeah.
The guys that have to work, that can't afford to miss that 4 days of work. The guys that can't afford to be away from their family for 4 days. There's XYZ categories of reasons why people couldn't attend Pro Tour. But if it's in your backyard, this is something that they can do. And this is where the competitive local guys get their opportunity to shine. So I approached Jason at Peach State Games. He's 100% on board with us doing this. Now we've got the what, and right now our win, we're looking at September the 11th. I know that's a tough day for a lot of people. just it was a that's just a tragic day in history now, and it really sucks. But you know what? Like, there's something to take away from this. Like, um, those of us that like experience that day and experience that time period in our country, I think it's important that we come together as a community, as a nation, and kind of like rally together. And I literally cannot think of a better way to come together and rally than to come together and play a game that we all love while deciding who is our state champion for the state of Georgia.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing. We talked about positivity in our last podcast. I think uh, the idea is we can recognize that something happened, and then we can still have a positive experience on that day in the future. And we don't have to forget about one to the other. And I think it's great,
Mm-hmm.
um, just to have an event like this, and yeah, spread positivity, kind of like the last podcast we did.
Yep. I mean, I wanted to spoil it then, but we needed some more details worked out. But
Yeah.
this they don't. I looked at you and it's like there is no state level event,
Nope.
and this is the change that I wanted to see within the game. And I have teamed up with you, and I've teamed up with other people, and we're gonna make strides to make this happen.
Yeah, and this doesn't have to be the last one. So I'm up here in Tennessee. I know we've got kind of a spread out thing going on. Um, we may be doing it up here too. We may
Yeah.
start trying to spread this thing if it works out really well, and maybe we just have kind of a rolling thing.
Yeah,
And
I'll drop my email in the description if you have any questions and you're trying to organize this for your state.
yeah,
I can help you guys get in contact with who you need to get in contact with, and answer questions that I've probably already asked LSS, as far as like making sure I don't step on any toes. But I really think that this is going to be really, really good for the local guy that can't make the callings, that can't make the pro tours, that can't make the world tour. Like, this is what Flesh and Blood should be.
yep,
If you want competitive doesn't have to be states away, thousands of miles away. Competitive can be right in your own backyard.
yep. Yeah, definitely. Send us an email. We'll get back with you. I don't have as much knowledge on this as you do currently. You spoke with LSS,
Yep.
so you have the knowledge. So you'll be answering the email. But if you send an email to us, one of us will get back to you.
Yep.
We'll be able to get in touch
And
with you.
and I just want to stress it one more time, just explicitly. State championships are not sanctioned events by LSS.
Yeah, that's very
Yeah.
very cut and
So
dried. They are happy about us doing it, and they're willing to let
yes.
us do it using Jim.
Yes.
But we will have Jim support. We will have a judge. Ideally, we'll have a head judge and a judge or two, depending on the number of people we have.
Yes.
And
But
that's another thing. You can reach out to us in our email down in the description. If you're interested and you're in the area and you'd like to do that, please feel free to get in touch with us.
Yep.
If you'd like to contribute in some way, that would be fantastic.
Absolutely. I just wanted to stress that explicitly, that that's what
Yeah.
that's what their response was. It's like they're excited about what we're trying to do. They just wanted to make sure that we advertise it as this is not a actual sanctioned event. LSS does not recognize a state championship.
Yep.
So this is the Metrix Metagame presenting the inaugural Georgia State Flesh and Blood Tournament.
Yeah.
So
Sounds good, right?
yeah, it's got a nice little ring to it. So yeah, man, we've got a lot of work to do, and let's we'll get to it.
Yep, sounds good, man. And, for all you guys out there, well, I mean, I don't know if we have anything else to really go over. I think that was the big shebang for the whole show, right?
Yeah. If you guys want to support us, just a like on a video, or subscription, or we even have a Patreon. I mean, yeah, I don't want to, I'm not going to beg anyone to support our content or anything. If you like it and you want to support it, thank you so much. If all you do is watch our video, thank you so much. Like, we really appreciate you guys.
Yeah, definitely. And we're working on getting more stuff rolling out. We just recently started with some streaming on Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. So you guys, and when we do that, we'll have one one player on one platform and one player on the other platform. Our plan is to also bring some people in that we know can kind of keep a game rolling, and we're going to keep trying to bring more people in. We'll still have a spectator on one end on Twitch, and spectator on the YouTube side. Somebody see both hands being played. So if you really want to, you can pull both of them up. One on this side, one on the other. If you got like a dual monitor, you want to just watch both games and you're that into it. But we're trying to bring more quality content, and we're trying to drive more forward with this stuff. And like we've talked about before, we're big on community. We're trying to get people into the game and acquainted with the game, comfortable playing the game, enjoying it, and we want to include that on our streams. So, like I said, we have streams. We also are doing more gameplay videos where we just record, play, and then post. So we have a variety of content for you guys to check out. And any support that you guys give us is much appreciated. And that's really all I've got.
Yep. All right, dude. Well, let's get to work, and I'll catch up with you next time.
All right, man. See you later.
See you, everybody.
See you guys.